It's November 12th, 2023. Like many other places around the country on this day, college soccer athletes were competing for their conference titles and to get the automatic bid into the 2023 NCAA championship bracket. And we did see some pretty crazy stuff. Now, first in the Sun Belt Conference Finals, we saw Marshall beat West Virginia 3-2. In the Big Ten Final, we saw Indiana upset Penn State 1-0. And in the America East Conference, we saw Bryant beat the University of New Hampshire 1-0 in double overtime. And you can also guarantee in the 2023 bracket, we will see some incredible matchup like these three I just mentioned. But there was one game in a small town in North Carolina that did have a thrilling ending to the match. Now, the 2023 ACC Soccer Championships Finals were held in Cary, North Carolina. Now, the match was between Clemson University and the University of North Carolina. Now, North Carolina actually had to play 3 games to make it into this final. They beat Virginia Tech 4-1. They beat Wake Forest 1-0, and they beat Syracuse 3-1 to make it all the way to the final. Clemson, on the other hand, had the automatic bid into the ACC quarterfinals, where they first beat Duke in a penalty shootout after tying 3-3. They then went on to defeat Louisville 5-1, and then made it to the ACC Tournament Championship, where the game did end in a thrilling penalty shootout. Now, Clemson came out in a 3-4-3 lineup, where UNC came out in a more traditional 4-3-3 lineup. Now, these teams did not play each other in the regular season, so this was their first matchup in the ACC. Now, it's important to note that given the quality of schedules of the soccer teams and the strength of the teams in the ACC, both these teams had to go into this match thinking that even if they lost, they would get an at-large bid. But it's always helpful to win. Now, the first half opened up with UNC taking the lead in the game. This game definitely had a lot of back and forth in the first half, and you could tell both teams were definitely not trying to lose this game. As you can see, UNC winger makes it down the sideline a little bit, cuts it back to their forward, who takes a good first touch and then kind of just pokes it to the lower bottom corner to take the lead. Now, it was number 11 Herman who would open up the scoring for UNC. It was his 10th goal on the season at the time. Now, that would be the only goal in the first half, and we wouldn't see another until the very end of the second half. Now, as you can see, UNC is playing very park the bus kind of defense. North Carolina is just kind of passing it around, and eventually they get a shot off, which their striker nicely puts it around the keeper into the bottom corner. Now, this goal would be credited to Silla, number 10, and it was also his 10th goal of the season. Now, the game went into overtime and no goals were scored, so the game goes into the shootout. Clemson calmly makes their first goal on the first attempt, and UNC follows in foot. Now, if you don't know much about soccer, penalties are very much a coin flip. It really comes up. You're not expecting much from your keeper. Can he make a save or two to help out the team? And UNC missed early in the shootout, and Clemson would go on to finish with a score of 5-3. They are your 2023 ACC champions. Now, despite this, UNC would still make the 2023 NCAA tournament, playing Memphis in the second round as a bye. Both teams already into the second round is pretty big. Will either of them win an NCAA title? Clemson did very recently. There's definitely a good opportunity on the line. Both teams had a pretty strong campaign and finished very strong. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. And until next time.